Hello friends, and welcome to Gardening with Creekside. It is a very festive fallish day here in North Carolina. It is cloudy. I have got on all of my fall gear. It feels fantastic. So before we jump into all the fun things, wanted to remind you that today and tomorrow, it ends tomorrow night, that is the 28th. All of the live shipping shrubs and perennials are 30% off. So this is the last big hurrah of a sale for those live shipping shrubs and perennials. What do I mean when I say live shipping? Yes, the plants are alive, but it means that when you order it, we're going to ship it to you immediately. So this is not a pre-order. These are the shrubs and the perennials that are going to ship to you within a couple of days of you placing your order. We have got amazing stuff, y'all. Things that we have added to our own garden here at the Signature Garden. So if you will use the code SPELL30, like a Halloween spell, SPELL30, you will get 30% off the in-stock, ready-to-ship shrubs and perennials. This does not apply to pre-orders, okay? And so take advantage of that, because you absolutely can be planting shrubs and perennials this time of year, especially if you're in these warmer zones. And I know that there are other parts of the country that are typically a lot cooler than us that are experiencing above normal temperatures. So yes, you can still add those plants either directly to your landscape, or if you want to put it into a bigger container, hold it over, let the roots grow a little bit, then you can do that. So like the oh so easy roses, right? Roses are they really are easy. This is easy peasy down here in the landscape. You can see that it is blooming. The roses are blooming here in the fall, and roses are very cold hardy. So if you're in zones 7 and warmer, you absolutely can get a quart size rose and plant it directly into the landscape. Other things that are very cold hardy, hydrangeas. So we're here in the nook. And remember, we planted a huge mass planting of the incredible hydrangeas. Again, especially if you're in those zones like 7 and warmer, yes, you can add hydrangeas in quarts directly to the ground. If that makes you a little uncomfortable, put it in a nice bigger pot, and that way in the coldest parts of the winter, if you want to bring it in or protect it, you can do that. As a general rule, because I've had some people on social media that are like brand new gardeners, and they're like, I'm in a zone 7. Is it too late? I've already had a frost. Is it too late for me to plant hydrangeas? Absolutely not. Just because it's a frost or even just a freeze has happened does not mean you cannot plant your trees, your shrubs, and the vast majority of perennials. So it is a great time to do it. And thinking of, like, if you're a zone 7, if you're adding a plant that's cold hardy to zones like 5, 4, 3, you are good to go. Now, if you're a zone 7 and you want to add a camellia that's only hardy in zones like 8 to 10, maybe not the best time to do it, right? Because it likes it hotter. So if you are 2 zones warmer than what the cold end of that shrub is, you are good to go. You can add them. So thinking about also the online sale with those quarts being on sale, y'all, I practice what I preach to you. Back in July, we looked at it. It was like July the 11th that the video came out, that I was back here in the nook because it was so flippin' hot that I took these Gatsby Glow Balls, brand new hydrangeas. These were quarts, and I took the quarts and I potted them up in 2-gallon containers. Look at them. They are beautiful. We've got 3 here. We've got 3 on the other side. Nice big, even with them being out, the cooler temperatures. If you look at this and you're like, oh my gosh, it's dying, it's brown. No. Your oak leaf hydrangeas will turn beautiful fall colors. So they're starting to get on their fall show. They're not unhappy, they're actually very happy. So you can for sure go ahead and be planting. And so yes, here we go. Now, Garden Center. Thank you, Jerry. It is, I think I need another cup of coffee this morning. So we're going to walk over to the Garden Center because this is the last week of October. 1, Can't believe that, but it is the last week of October. And so this is going to be the last week of the garden center specials. So we're going to head on over there. So I know that Saturday is technically November 1st, but we're going to say through the end of October and the 1st of November, that when we close on Saturday, which is going to be November 1st, that is when the current garden center specials are going to end. So what are those garden center specials? Well, let's go talk about it. So we've got, like I said, beautiful selection of your shrubs here, tons of hydrangeas. Y'all, we've got Stormproof. I know we're out of Stormproof online. We just can't even get it from Spring Meadow, who is the home to the Proven Winners Color Choice shrubs, but we have them here at the garden center. So you have to kind of keep in mind that the garden center and the online store, the e-commerce, they do have a very similar inventory, but they are two separate inventories. So I don't have Stormproof online, but I have it in 3 gallons here at the nursery. Speaking of like Incrediballs, these are all Incrediballs. These are some huge, gorgeous Incrediballs. So if you want to create that Incrediball hedge like we did, you absolutely can do that. We have them here in 3 gallons. I know online at the time of this recording, we had Incrediball hydrangeas. We still have a good selection of Firelight Tidbits. If you see some with the orange tags on them, we had a customer call in and went ahead and prepaid for 12 Firelight Tidbits. So if you are, because I know they couldn't get here until like a couple of days, right? So they wanted to reserve those. So if you are local and maybe you can't get out here right now, but you're like, I need 10 Stormproof hydrangeas, feel free to call into the garden center. We'll go ahead and take payment. We'll mark them for you, and then you come in, you know, a couple days later and pick them up, and we are good to go. So we've got those. Of course, there's the puffer fish, which are fantastic. Love puffer fish. All sorts of great ones here. Still have a lot of the Perfecto Mundo azaleas. We only have 2 pink carpets left. And so y'all were loving the pink carpets. That's what we put in, but we have got the red, we have got the epic coral that Jerry is showing you, we have got the double white, lots of options, and then you have the double pink, which is basically roughly almost the exact same bloom as pink carpet, but it's more upright. Where pink carpet is low and wide, then you get that double bloom. I mean, they are fabulous right now. So still have beautiful mums. So if you need some mums, they are beautiful. You can just take them out and plop them straight in. Okay, so current specials that we have at the garden center that are going to go through this week and end on Saturday. So we have the Aquapot light inserts. They are on sale, so we have got those. It is a great time to stock up. And yes, you can overwinter these. So I have had these. This is what takes a traditional container and turns it into that self-watering container. And the containers that I have mine in with perennials, yes, I leave it out in the winter and all is well. I don't have any problems whatsoever. So you can go ahead and create your containers with the self-watering Aquapot inserts in there. Or if you want to go ahead and grab them now while they're on sale and then save them for the spring, whatever you want to do, right? So we've got that. And then we've got a couple of the hose links. I think we've got 4 of these left. So we're doing $25 off the hose link reels. This is the 82 foot in the charcoal. So again, great Christmas presents. Sometimes gardeners may be a little harder to buy for because you don't want to buy the plants because you don't know what they want. Well, let me tell you, you buy them some Aquapot inserts or a retractable hose reel, they are going to be very, very happy. So what we have on sale is the Land and Sea, and the Proven Winners potting soil is $12.99 a bag. So this is our fall special. You're saving $5 a bag on the Land and Sea, and you're saving $7. Sorry, okay. Yes, $7 on each of these bags. And so this is a great time, 1, to stock up on your Proven Winners potting soil. 2, you can stock up on the Land and Sea, or honestly, fall is my preferred time to put out compost. And I think it's more for my personal reasons, maybe not. There is some horticultural reasons. One, I like to do it in the fall because once my perennials have died back, you get the leaves, you can clean up the garden, go in there and put that land and seed down, and it is beautiful, so it looks good. Fall is cooler, so it's a lot easier on me, but also all winter long, all those nutrients as it rains get leached down into the ground and they're feeding the plants. So when the plants wake up in the spring, they're well fed, have been well insulated, very, very happy. So you can do that. And there's no limit on any of that. Like, we have literally had people come in with their pickup trucks and get like whole pallets of land and seed. So this is a great time to do it. We have plenty. We had a tractor trailer coming, so we have got tons of those for you. Also, this is one, y'all, do not neglect this. Let me turn off my watch is going off, reminding me to take my vitamins. Let me turn that off right quick. It's fun getting older, isn't it? You have to set alarms to take your vitamins because you forget. I saw this meme, totally off subject, but I saw this meme on Instagram, and it was like, I'm taking pills to help my memory, but I can't remember if I took the pills or not. So we joke about that, you know, love that late 40s. Okay, so a little too much information, there you go. Most of the perennials, these are the perennials basically that we grew, right? So all of the Creekside perennials that we grew, they are 50% off. So you have got a massive selection. Y'all, you cannot beat this deal. So they were typically $19.99, and so basically you're getting them for what, $9.99? I mean, $10, right? So it's just, you know, there you go. So you can get double the amount of plants for the same price. You can absolutely plant these. You can plant the drops of Jupiter. You can plant the phlox. You can plant, you've got tons of daylilies, the sedums. I was adding sedums. This is one, if you don't have this one, it's relatively new. This is the penstemon. This is the Bejeweled series, the rose rhinestones. I was so impressed with these plants this past spring. They were blooming and absolutely stunning. They'll get nice kind of tall spikes on them. They are a full sun, 14 to 16 inches tall. Gorgeous plants. So you've got those. We have got veronicas. We have got grasses, nephophias, your Shasta daisies, your daylilies. So basically when you come to the garden center, as long as it does not have an orange sticker, anything that has the orange sticker is not 50% off. And essentially those are the ones that we have brought in from other nurseries. So we're gonna come into here, into the greenhouse, because yes, we closed it up and turned on the heat. Oh my goodness, oh, and it feels delicious in here. Oh, it feels fantastic. So, we can't do it for long because the pansies and the violas will freak out, but it feels good to us right now. So for example, talking about the perennials that are not on sale, like the Ascot Rainbow, you can see that it has the orange sticker on it. So these are the ones that are excluded from the sale. But you can plant, I have done it many times, over and over and over and over again. Add these perennials to your garden right now. Like your Ascot Rainbow, it is one of my absolute favorites. It is an evergreen. You're going to keep this beautiful foliage all winter long. It is not going to die back. It is fantastic. It does flower in the spring, but it is not, you buy it for the foliage, and it'll get some height to it and fill out. I adore this plant. We've got Southern Comfort Euchera. Southern Comfort, as its name suggests, does really, really well here in the South. I mean, look at those colors. If that doesn't scream fall, I don't know what does. And this is one that has that Velosa species in it, does really well. I've had my Southern Comforts in containers for, I think we're going on year 4 now, so really, really good. The annuals, great selection of your violas, your pansies. I mean, so happy, so cheery. Your pansies and your violas do need the full sun. So I would say a minimum of 5 hours. Otherwise, they're not going to flower. So we have got those, of course, the cabbages and the kales, all of those kinds of fun things. Lots of options for you just to add to your garden. And you can see that the pollinators love the violas. So even though they must have gotten in here before we closed it up, because either that or they were sleeping. And so we've got like a little bees and all sorts of things. So your violas and your pansies are a great option to help support the pollinators even in the wintertime. So you can see that. And then also part of the special is we have the gallon annuals are $6 off, or $6 rather. So you can get the coleuses, the grasses, vermillionaire, lantana, all of that is for $6. And then can we just talk about this blend right here right quick on these pansies? This is gorgeous. This is the Matrix Coastal Sunrise Mix. So in the flat, you have a mix of colors that blend beautifully together. So you've got look at that one, the mauve and the purple together. Then there's a yellow, there's a pink, like gorgeous colors. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? So again, Jerry keeps like telling me, he's like, you said you weren't going to plant any of this stuff. And I'm keeping like, oh, that sure is pretty. Let's add that somewhere. I currently don't have anywhere to add that. So y'all need to hurry up and come buy it so then I can not have to be forced to plant it. All right, so coming on over here, let's go to the pines real quick because I want to show you all of these fantastic plants. Y'all, all of these perennials out here are 50% off. So you're talking about Rudbeckia, you've got Coreopsis, you've got Monarda, you have got the daisies, you've got the oregano. All of these are great, great perennials. Come get them. As one gardener to the next, you can't beat this deal of 50% off, and it ends this week. So come, trust me, you got a little nook in your garden, you got a little spot that needs something in there, you can do it. And then the tough stuffs, we've talked about these as well. These are amazing hydrangeas, anywhere from the tinies that are like 2 feet tall up to 4 feet tall over here with the top fun. This is perfect hydrangeas for those areas that the sun is a little weird, maybe not enough sun for a panicle, too much sun for a macrophylla. These would do great. Again, they're not brown, they're not dying. They turn fall colors. So they have all of this fun foliage in them. And y'all, these are rebloomers. And so this one right here is, this is AHA, Tough Stuff AHA. And there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 buds on this thing. So absolutely fantastic hydrangeas out here. We've got the Fairy Trail Brides, both the white and the green. When we closed the doors, we had to make sure we pulled them out. So that's why they're over here. So we have got those as well. And then come on out to the pines. Also, I know I keep saying this, but if you're not growing sun patience in your summer garden, you need to. Here we are the last week of October, and look at those. Insane. Absolutely gorgeous. And then you have the whites right here. Love that, and begonias. The begonias. This is the new Surefire Cascade that will be available next year. And I mean, both the sun patience and the begonias. I've got angel wing begonias in the signature garden that are to die for right now. So somebody was asking me about, she's a southern gardener, kind of, I think a new gardener, but she was kind of getting discouraged because her super petunias were not lasting all the way through right now. And I'm like, no, we pull our super petunias out really early, mid-July, because it is so hot and humid. Super petunias love cooler temperatures. I was up in the mountains just the other day in Blowing Rock. They still had, it was very much probably the super petunia vista bubblegum in containers. Stunning, gorgeous, because they're so much cooler. So don't think that you're doing anything wrong as a southern gardener if your petunias don't last from April to October, November. Our summers can be absolutely brutal on those plants. However, there are annuals that can take that. Your lantanas, your sun patience, your begonias, just to name a few, can absolutely handle it. So just something to think about. It looks so nice over here. Somebody's been raking and doing a good job. the pine needles are falling. Can you tell? And then we've got beautiful paths over here. All right, so many of these perennials out here. So my shade people, your hostas, your pulmonaria, your carex grasses, all of these are 50% off. Great options for you. So do not delay. Come take advantage. You've got eucharas over here. Now let's talk about this, y'all. Come over here for a second. Ferns, we've got the crested surf ferns. All right, so Brenna and I walk just about every morning and we come through here. When you come to a nursery, whether it's Creekside or your local garden center, this time of year, and you see a hosta maybe that looks like this, right? So we've got some holes, we've got it brown, it looks, you know, it's looking a little rough. So you've got that, and then you've got ones all the way over here that are really looking rough, right? So they have got the yellow-brown leaves. They're just looking a little sad. Then you've got ones like this that are looking really, really good. So do not freak out because you're buying the root system. Hostas, just like every other plant, there are certain hydrangeas that look amazing right now. There's other hydrangeas that are looking sad because they're different cultivars, they have different bloodlines, different genetics. They go to sleep at different times. You're buying the root system. Don't be concerned about this because as soon as we have a freeze, guess what? All of this foliage is going to turn brown. It is going to be mushy and it's going to lay down. We're going to come through, we're going to just pull it right off. It'll let go. And then all winter long, it's going to look like we have empty pots sitting right here. They'll be obviously with the soil in it, but it looks like there's no plants in it. These are completely herbaceous. They will go completely down to the ground. So do not freak out if you've got brown leaves. Don't look at that. That is not an indicator of how healthy this plant is. So you're not going to worry about what the brown foliage looks like because you've got a healthy root system and that is what you're purchasing. So whether you are close to Creekside, we're open Wednesdays through Saturdays at 9 to 3. We would love to have you here again last week to take advantage of all of these fantastic sales here at the Garden Center. And then we will be going into November. It's crazy to believe. All right, my friends, take advantage of the online sale and the sales here at the nursery. As always, we hope you have found this fun, informative, and inspirational. Y'all have an amazing day. We'll see you in the next video. Bye, friends.